Hey everyone, my name is Chris Selleck, and today we're going to talk about beans. That seems vague. We'll get there. Hold on. So my first job was as a bagger at a Harris Teeter by my house. This was back in high school, a while ago now. But for those who don't know, since we have about 1,200 offices now, Harris Teeter bills itself as the upscale grocery store. Now, I know what you're thinking. What in the world makes a grocery store an upscale grocery store? And I have an answer for you on that. I don't know. That's my answer. I mean, Captain Crunch is Captain Crunch, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this one day, a lady rolls up to the cashier who I'm bagging for, and she has, and this is not an exaggeration for the sake of humor, something like 40 cans of beans in her cart. My anxiety immediately spikes, and I'm like, what in the world? There is no plausible situation that calls for this many beans. She demands that my cashier start ringing her up while she, I'm not kidding, goes and gets more beans. And the weirdest part about that to me is that, she literally only had cans of beans in her cart. There was plenty of more space in her cart for more cans, and she had clearly only been in one location, i.e. the canned freaking beans aisle, so... Anyway, she turns to the bagger, me, and tells me to double bag the cans in paper with no more than 6 cans to a bag, which is by far the most ridiculous request any human being has ever received. And that's if you ignore the fact that I was about to bag over 50 cans of beans and nothing else for one customer. My cashier and I just kind of share an uncomfortable glance at the sheer amount of beans, and he starts just timidly ringing her up. I follow her stupid bagging request, fighting with the paper bags and losing in desperate attempts to double bag with bags that were clearly never intended to be doubled. I'm careful to follow her completely nonsensical instructions, and I only have 6 cans in each double paper bag. And given that, paper bags are about that tall, this of course means that each double paper bag combo is about 20% filled with cans of beans and 80% empty on top. Panic starts rising in my chest as I very quickly start being overwhelmed by the number of beans coming down the belt at me, since scanning 6 cans of beans is about 300 times faster than bagging them, much less double bagging them in paper. I also very quickly run out of space in her cart, since the paper bags are ginormous and they take up so much cart space, even though they're all nearly empty. So, while cans of beans are just piling up at the end of the belt and the other baggers are starting to glance nervously at me, I frantically grab another cart and I start piling more practically empty paper bags on top of other practically empty paper bags in the world's worst Tetris game ever. So finally, the job is done, and I am not happy. But of course, Harris Teeter goes out of its way to cater to the ridiculous whims of anyone and everyone willing to give us their money, so I am required to offer to help take her cart out to her car. My cashier, God bless him, steps in before I get the chance and makes the offer himself, probably because he saw the look on my face. And, you would think that's the end of the story, right? That's pretty ridiculous in and of itself. That can't get worse than that, right? It can't possibly get worse than that. Well, when my cashier comes back in, he informs me that the lady told him to tell our manager to fire me because I can't follow simple instructions. First of all, I followed her stupid instructions to a T, and second, her simple instructions. So yeah, Harris Teeter for the win. Quit Willow Tree and go work there. It's a great time.